Well, folks, we're back with yet another wonderful, exciting new project. Other ones are still in the works. In fact, I've got videos for other vehicles I've picked up, but I haven't even put on here yet because I'm trying to get them to a final point where the videos actually show you something. But this one's going to be a short one, I'm thinking. Should be pretty easy. But we've got something new here that we picked up today. And when I say new, I use that in a very literal sense because it's damn near brand new. This beautiful OBS Chevy behind me is a 1995 6.5 liter turbo diesel. Extended cab, 8-foot long bed cap. This truck was custom ordered by a GM employee back in 1994. It was built in December of 1994 for him. Optioned how he wanted. So diesel, crew cab, long bed, 5-speed, and it's only 2-wheel drive. Kind of a unique bird. But the main thing about this truck is it only has 46,000 original miles. These are actually the original tires from 1994. They're still on this truck in 2025. This truck was garage kept its entire life up until I think 2022. So the gentleman that owned it, unfortunately, I believe he had Alzheimer's and he stopped driving it. And it was sitting in the driveway. Currently doesn't run. Winched it up on the trailer here. But fairly confident it shouldn't give us too much grief. Obviously the diesel that's been sitting in it's pretty old, and fuel filters, things like that. I think the PMD module on it is suspect because they said the truck will run for 5 minutes and then shut off. But the inside here is beautiful, mint condition. I mean, this is as nice as you can get. There's not a speck of rust under here. This is pretty much a new truck. So we're going to take it down to the other garage, not to my new garage, which is close to being finished but not finished yet. We're going to take it down. I had batteries, tenders on it all night. It's got 2 batteries. We'll see if that works. But let's take it down there. Let's get it off this trailer, get it on some asphalt, and start going through the fuel system, the electrical system, and see if we can't get this girl purring again after a few years and get her to a lovely new home. So we'll see you again soon. This ain't gonna stick here, but anyway, short video because with a charged battery it already fires up. So I'm gonna back her off the trailer and put her on the lift. It did start. All right, well. Now we're in the garage after all that nonsense, and we're trying to see if it'll even fit. Wrong direction. Back in the garage. Let's see if it even fits. Nope. Stay tuned. We got her in, just barely, folks. But she fits. So we're gonna fire her up and let her run and see if she dies in 5 minutes, like they say. And that'll determine what we're doing with this pump module here. So let's try this again. See what happens here. See how long she runs. Burn the old diesel out of her. Go from there. Well, while this thing's sitting here running, let's take an exploratory look around this thing and see what we got. So again, this was custom ordered by the prior and only owner back in '94. It is a Silverado model. Got your tail, looks like a CD holder. I guess it's CDs or tapes, even though it only has the tape player option. No check engine lights. Let's reset this trip so I know when I bought it. 46,000 original miles. Dome lights. We also got a tranny tub. And just regular engine temp. I wasn't sure what year they put that in. Cup holders. What do we got here? Touch-up paint. That's the original different touch-up paint for the vehicle. Unopened. This one looks like it was just cut on the side. Wow. Huh. What we got in here? Paperwork. Here's the original book. 1995 CK pickups. Roll of toilet paper. You never know when you're gonna have to shit on the road. Another book. Oh, that's the warranty paperwork. Wow. Got a couple cents in there. Back seat, just as new as the front seats. I'll do a little vacuuming here. But nothing insane. Pop this hood. Got a little bit of a belt squeal I'm hearing, I think. Yeah, that or a knock. Who knows? But even these batteries charged up overnight, enough to crank her and get her moving. So I don't know much else we're gonna do to this thing. Obviously fuel filters. I got that PDM module, but the PMD, I might not replace that if we don't have to. Or replace this liner here. And then call her a day. 46,000 miles, there can't be too much that she really needs. So let's we'll keep her running here. We'll see what happens, burn some of this old diesel out of it and see if it does shut off like they mentioned. And then go from there and replace modules and fuel filters as needed. Well, sure enough, it did act up after 5 minutes. So I'm gonna try and put one of these PMDs in. This one was already moved down under the bumper. So hopefully we don't have to replace the heat sink and everything else. We'll start with this, see if that gets rid of the rough idle, go from there. Right under there. So this might be part of the problem. You can't smell that, but I can. It smells like someone injected Epsom salts and vinegar right into my nose. Clean that out. Much cleaner, all back together. Had a K&N in it, so cleaned it up, but I'm gonna definitely get another new one. So add that to the list along with this, and along with fuel filter wrenches for that. I don't know how you get the pressure off on these. Important. What's important? Tell me.
Don't unscrew this all the way.
Yeah, probably. Get up on the hood here. Important. Pull here to remove element. What do you mean pull here? Oh, that's...
What? Pull here?
Oh, wait. Okay, this stays in. Those are the handles to pull it out. And there's probably some funky wrench that you need to use for this.
There's a screw on the side.
That's for the whole housing. We need to take this off. So we need a big set of channel locks. Because I don't have my fuel wrenches here.
How about the filter wrench won't work?
Maybe. I don't think the 3-prong. Let's try it. I don't think they're long enough. No. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Well, no progress on the truck. So, placed the fuel filter. It wasn't actually that tight. It didn't take too long. PMD didn't fix it. At least not the one I got. Took the old one, plugged the old one in right up top here. That didn't fix it. Took the line, plugged the extension harness into here. Man, was that a bitch. This is so tight right here. Where's that? That you can't even get pliers behind it to put the module in. So, place that. Since I took the old one out to put the new one in, I just put the new harness in. Here's the old one. Not that it was bad, it didn't fix it. So it still has a rough idle. It smooths out the second you get on it, but it's rocking and rolling when it's sitting here idling. So I think injectors might be the next thing to try, potentially. It was running fine when it was cold. Also leads me to think it's a sensor, but it's not throwing a check engine light. And injectors don't seem like something that would be temperature dependent, so maybe not that. We're gonna do a little bit more investigating. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some cleaning up here, vacuum this thing out, get her dolled up a little bit for going to town, and get a couple parts on order. We'll meet back here shortly. So check this out, folks. Pardon the dirty workbench here. Cleaned out the glove box, and while there was a lot more here, registration and stuff that, I'm not going to share from the prior owners, but there's some pretty cool stuff here. So this is the original, there's 2 of them here, the original order from Acknowledgement of Employee Order. How cool is that? Custom ordered. And then on top of that, we've got, these are actually safety recalls. He kept all the paperwork for the safety recall. But we have what would have been the original window sticker for this truck. Obviously would have never gotten the window sticker because it was ordered and delivered, but it came with it. $7,000 worth of options for a total of $25,741. There's also this beautiful Chevrolet delivery inspection. Delivery completed. How cool is that? How often do you see stuff like this? Obviously it's got the books, warranty, maintenance, and paperwork, owner's manual. But man, to have an original window sticker, I might have to get these framed actually to go with this truck. An original window sticker and an original order form with the delivery paperwork is just mind-boggling. That is so cool. And just adds to the nice mystique of this truck. Clean as a whistle. Holy cow. This thing does not look like it's 30 years old. All right, let's get this filter changed, oil changed, Everything changed. The 90, so it was still 9/16. It wasn't 15 millimeter or whatever. Jesus Christ. They put this on with an impact gun? Yeah, it's the same with the new ones. It's on the side. That's why I made a mess with mine. Oh. The gears in this ratchet are slipping. Set that to the side. Test that later. And this one's backwards, naturally. There we go. Wow. Well, it probably hasn't had an oil change since 2015.
Probably 2017 as well.
Oh yeah, I guess the inspection was 17 last. Blacker than sin.
That oil is black. I can feel it there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All 8 quarts of it. Put the number on the inside since it was a black filter. Wasn't really a good place to write on. None of a white pen.
How many quarts does it take?
8.
8?
8 quarts of Rotella T4 heavy duty diesel oil.
Is it 2 filters?
Just one.
Huh?
Just one.
Oh. What are you taking out now? Oh, you take the fan filter out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you take out.
Jesus, that's heavy. Thing that wants to stay up.
Hold on, what do you want?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, just heavy.
Yeah, that's pretty dirty oil.
Now it doesn't take much with diesel.
Huh?
Doesn't take much with the diesel.
Oh.
Look how clean this is underneath here.
Oh, okay, you got the pan and the other one, right? Okay.
That's just unbelievable. That's that clean underneath here. I mean, this thing doesn't even really need undercoating.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't get in the way of your video. Why is it going down?
Too heavy. The filter's too heavy.
Oh.
None of this has any drops of oil. I mean, this thing doesn't leak a drip drop.
I know, I'll tell you what.
The rubber for the exhaust is still
You know,
tight.
the other thing you may want to do is grease everything, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the other fuel filter
No.
up here. Might change out since we changed the one up top. It might be that that's part of the problem.
What?
The other fuel pump.
The other fuel filter?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fuel filter or an electronic fuel pump. It looks like the electronic fuel pump that I pumps the other stuff out with. I think that's it.
Oh, okay.
No, because the top one's the pump. I don't know. I don't know enough about 6.5 diesels to tell you. We're finding out on our own. So this pump mounted driver, whatever, PMD. On these, it always goes bad, the old one. So the old one had the resistor in it. You can kind of see here. It's a lot easier to see little resistors in this baggie here. There's actually two. There's a 5 and a 9 in here, which is, as far as my limited understanding goes, is the most common. But we didn't put one in the new one. So I was told that they put this together. It wasn't running right. They put it together. They got it running again, which leads me to believe it was this. And then it wasn't running correctly with the idling issue. So it's possible that this wasn't set right. This resistor isn't right. This isn't right. We're going to put a 5 in and see what happens. This thing isn't the easiest thing to mount. I could probably change this without taking it out, but I don't really want to do this above my head, upside down and backwards. I'm going to just pull these all out, go from there, see what difference that makes. Hopefully we can take this thing for a drive. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on a workbench. I don't know how interesting this will be to see or how well I would be able to get a video of it. I can barely read these with my glazed eyes, so stay tuned. Give me the magic of video. It'll be 1 second and we'll pop this back in. All right, that took me literally just as fast about as that video took. It was pretty straightforward. I'm gonna set this other one on the camera. We're gonna try this 5 and see where it goes. These are calibrated, or they are the calibration for the fuel. But obviously I am not a diesel shop, and I'm just praying that I'm putting the right ones in. So I'm taking the most common. It's a lot similar to putting jets in a Harley or a quadrijet. You can get it pretty close. If you get it pretty close, you're good to go. I don't like these bolts. They're not very deep. I might grab the other ones off the old one I took out. I've got those laying there. Let's switch these up. So give me another second. Well, they're literally the same length, so that didn't get any good. Okay. Get this salmon skin. For anybody that doesn't know, this is called salmon skin. This little pink stuff. At least that's the nickname for it. It's really thermal matting, I believe. Use it on things like this and batteries to transfer the heat over to your heat sink. Come on. Sometimes it can be a pain to line up or get straight like I just did there. So now it's not straight. Oh, so I gotta take it down to put this other one in to get 2 in, line it up straight. And I did that before when this was substantially closer to the ground. Well, that'd be easier or harder. Oh, almost lost a screw. I don't know why they couldn't make these. I guess they're mimicking the ones that are the GM used, which I understand why they used the bolts they did. For the mounting location they had. And then you have to mimic it for this. They're 2 different size screws. No, one's just countersunk more. Anyways, no, there most certainly are 2 different length screws. Ay caramba. If I remember right, one of these didn't line up perfect, but anywho, we're gonna put this in. We still gotta go up top and put fresh oil in it. They all went in perfect. Okay, so we got a good contact here. We got good thermal adhesion. And we got that resistor. So maybe the 4 was the issue, maybe the PDM was the issue again. Maybe it needs a 9, maybe, I don't know, I think there's 10 different ones you can put in. We're learning here, folks. Motorcycle shop, not a diesel truck shop. But anyways, let's drop her down, put some oil in her, I had a video of the air cleaner going in, but it was sideways, so forget that. New air cleaner's in it. Take my word for it, here's the box. The other one just reeked of rat piss. So let's drop this down, put some oil in it, fire her up. Don't mind the battery tender here. Let's turn her up and down. See what we get. It's so nice having a heavy vehicle on these roads so they can scoop themselves down without taking a full hour. Back again. And you are crooked as all hell. Let's straighten this out a little bit. Wah, wah. Doesn't want to. You're gonna have to live like that. Sorry, folks. I'm short. Let me get a little. Best $50 ever spent. And let's get this sucker filled up with some pearls. Where do they put the pearl filler on a 6.5? Oh, there we go. The most common spot that you would ever think. Right on the front of the engine. And I don't need this nonsense filler because it's going to cost me $3. Get our Rotella T4. Heavy duty diesel oil out. I'll tell you what, you can buy this stuff at World King Tractor Supply. They don't even put that little piece of tin in there. How nice. No chance of that getting in there. Surprisingly, these are gallons. They're not 5 quarts. So, go figure. That's inflation for you. I saw this cool setup somewhere recently that was like a hanger you put on your lift and you can put all your oil jugs in upside down. When I used to work for Harley Davidson, all the mechanics would do that. They take every quart that they were doing and catch it into another quart, and eventually they could do their own oil change for free. But I don't have time for that right now. About 7 of these in, see where that takes us. In the operating range, but no. Beautiful. Alrighty. Take this out. See what's next. I also got the headliner here. We might do that next. That's what you call procrastinating, because I don't want to test this thing running yet to find out that we haven't fixed it. putting off, maybe, I don't know, procrastinating's the right word. I'm not quite ready to find out if we fixed this yet. So let's do that thing, and then we're good. Because then if it runs, all we have to do is wash it, and we're good to go. So put the cap back on, shift the camera around. We'll see you there. All right, as one does, we've got our bed sheet here. I don't think this will be as bad as when we did the Oldsmobile. But for anybody that watches these videos, all 4 of you, I think, that I have subscribed, that Oldsmobile was pretty terrible. This one wasn't as bad, it was just the bottom that was chewed out. But regardless, I don't need any junk getting down in here. So, let's take our mortician's tools here, pop this old one off, and hopefully this new Chim Chong Ling Long Special is the right size. But I think these are generally the same with all these OBSs. Anyways, these have a nasty habit of breaking too, especially on the older, much older cars. I mean. Let's see. Ha! Success. All right. Just throw those on there. See where it takes us. 3 clips were harmed in the making of this video. So you're gonna take this down, knock those out, and so they rattle in there for all of eternity. They probably did that themselves, but we'll get those out as best we can. Pull this down and go from there. All right, I'm not gonna bore you with this, but I'm gonna get the vacuum this off, knock those out. We'll be back in a minute. All right, let's see what this looks like. I genuinely can't remember if this came with clips. I hope it did, because I think we lost a total of 5 at the end of the day. After those first 3, there was 2 more. Ah, it does. Beautiful. We'll use the OEM ones first because they're not made out of melted plastic bottles from the 80s, 90s. But I still have glass in the 80s, I guess. Obviously, this is going to get a little less molded. Maybe not than the prior one. This seems pretty good. There's our Bago fittings. Yeah, I meant to do that. You know what, they can live there on the floor. All right, oh, and see this one has a nice, the other one didn't have this, nice cutout down here for getting around some of that. Now, I've never found a good trick to this, but typically what I do is find a center point on the top, like this one here, or the ends, and I'll pop that in first. And then you just work yourself around and go from there.
You know this one's right here. I don't know if there's any more or less critical than any others.
Well, it looks better than what was on there. In case anybody's wondering, it's the beginning of October here, and I think it's 85 today, or it was. Sun's down. And yet here I am still wearing long pants. So, smidge hot. And sticky. We didn't have rain all summer, now it rains. It makes it humid in October. Anyways, flip this back up. Got a little tweak down there on it. I think we're good. I miss any of them? Nope. Doesn't look like it. All right, we'll drop this hood, take all this stuff out of here. Let's jump back in it. I did get the second set of keys for it since last weekend when I was making videos. Let's fire it up and see how she runs. And if she runs good, probably won't take her for a drive tonight. Probably too much bourbon, not enough sunlight. Tomorrow, take her for a ride, see how it goes, and wash this thing up and call it a day. I tell you what I wouldn't give for a decent phone holder to put on this dash. I got one for the air vents, but naturally, I didn't bring it with me. So let's see how she runs. Battery's a little slow today. The radio's working. She's running without any issues. Brakes on. No gauge lights. That's a good sign. Might have got her. Let her sit here and idle. And if she clears up, I might not even have this video. At least not tonight. I'll catch you guys in the morning. We'll take her first to bed. But sounds all right to me. Gutting engine sounded all right the other day. So let's take her for a little while. See what happens. All right, we're back. It's the next morning. I did get a phone holder, you can see here. Not the greatest, but I'm gonna try and fire this girl up, get her out of this garage, take her down the road, and see how she runs, at least down the driveway. The driveway here is a half-mile long, almost. And unfortunately, they're paving the roads in front of it, so we might run into a situation where we just bomb it up and down the driveway a couple times. See what happens when she gets hot, but let's see what happens. I'll tell you what, it's been many moons since I was commonly driving a stick, so takes me a while to get used to it. Only these tow mirrors will hit this lift, but we're gonna find out. It's close. Trying not to hit my other truck. Or this house. Windows need clean big time. That was third. Here we go. This is a park brake. That really helps too. How about that? Come on.
Oh, it's got this goofy little park brake release. It's the only thing that's broken on the truck. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta shift gears. ABS light. Goes down this hill. This clutch is tight, as you would expect for something with 46,000 miles on it. On the road again. On the driveway again. See what they're doing down here. Yeah, they're not paving right in front of here, so try and get this grill out. Maybe if the seat belt isn't completely butt fuck tangled up behind us here, which it is, 100%. Well, they got a lot of millings. I think the neighbor wanted the millings here. We'll see how that goes. I gotta move this seat forward, folks. Do they work? Power seats? I don't remember how these ones goes. Oh, it is a bitch here. They're paving up that way. Okay, forget that. I'd show this to you. Actually, here, let me pause this and spin around. Changed my mind. I'm not gonna sit here long enough to do that. So. She's got half mile on her. We'll see how she does uphill. These hills are pretty steep. So she doesn't wet grass here. Too low to peel. Speedo doesn't work. That's unfortunate. He doesn't like her going up this hill. Do a couple loop-de-loos in this up and down. See what she does. It's a long truck, I can't really mind. Not much to do going down this big ass hill. Keep her neutral. A little bit of a, sounds like a rattle. I guess it could be anything. Find them, grind them. First mile she's had on her. I don't know how many years. I guess that's a start, right? Seems to be alright other than the speedometer. And the ABS light, which could quite honestly have something to do with the fact that I was moving with the park brake on for a minute there. I think that's gonna do it. She's back to running normal again, so I think we actually got her leg feeling just air bubbles. Anyways, see what we're gonna do with this girl. I don't know if she's gonna stay around or go or what's gonna happen, but another one saved from Carvana, I guess. Until next time, folks.